Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about 2022 hair trends. This is my first time shooting in this studio. My first time since having the baby actually. So anyway, I'm super excited to sit down and film for you guys. And this is, I believe, our third annual hair trends of the year videos. And before we get into the trends, I wanted to thank today's sponsor, Thrive Market. I've used Thrive Market for years for both groceries, amazing pantry items, and even supplements. I love their incredible prices, their sustainability, and most of all, I love their website. They just make the shopping experience so easy. When I put together my grocery list, I like to think of the aisles at the grocery store to kind of make sure that I get everything that I need. So on the website, you are able to shop by aisles, by specific products. Another feature they have that's incredible is they have super yummy recipes that you can look up, whether it be brunch or dinner, and then you click on those recipes and a list of the ingredients that you need are right there, and you can just click and add to cart. I love that they have a great inventory and great options, and I don't have to leave my house for it. So this week I really wanted to make my really yummy breakfast bars. As you guys know, I am on a wellness and a health journey. And I was out of coconut oil, maple syrup, and I was able to get these and many more ingredients at my door within just a couple of days. They also have auto ship, which is great. I used to always run out of olive oil. Now with this option, just get it delivered in a timely manner that I have decided, and never again running out of olive oil. Also, their 1-for-1 membership matching program sponsors a free one for a low-income family. Thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to click the link below or go to thrivemarket.com/Ellebangs to join Thrive Market today and get 40% off your first order and a free gift. So let's get into it. So trend number 1 is wispy bangs. And I feel like I've been seeing this across the board on social media, on models, and even different countries. And basically wispy bangs, shorter, kind of side swept. It's a big 70s trend, and I feel like it's here to stay for a bit. The other thing, this one isn't too new this year, but I think it's still really going strong, and that is a very clean bob. Clean bob meaning there are no layers or kind of bangs to go with that bob. It's just a clean, crisp bob. I feel like this cut is classic and will always look good, but a little bit different from the wispy bangs. And that's what I love kind of about trends that have been happening more kind of in the last, say, couple of years. There's kind of a trend that kind of suits everybody. Whereas at times there's been like such a strong trend that even if it doesn't like look good on some people, it is like still the main trend and everything else looks kind of old. Whereas now I feel like there are definitely plenty of trends. It's really about celebrating kind of what you have. So I love that there is something a little bit more playful like the wispy bangs, but then something really clean and polished like a sleek bob. All right, the next haircut is the shag. The 70s, very wispy, very face framing, very lived in. Again, a very big 70s trend. And I did say this last year, we started seeing it with a color, and I feel like now we're really seeing it go full throttle with cuts as well. This cut is really playful, it's really fun. Of course, it's trendy right now. I personally feel like if this is a style you're into, it kind of looks good on everyone because it's kind of not following the rules and it's just fun, kind of crazy. So this is one of those trends. If you like the look and if this suits kind of you and your personality, then it's going to look awesome on you. And now going into color, as I mentioned a bit last year, but basically very sandy, mushroomy tones are what's in. I believe a few months ago, Gen Z came out and said that blonde is now chuggy, which means it's not in. It means a few other things, but mainly that it is not in. So what this means is if you are a blonde, it doesn't mean go become a brunette this year. What that means is tone it down a little bit. I feel like what is not going to be in for the year is that super bright, overly lightened hair. is what's not in. It's more of a subdued, more natural, more muted kind of blonde. I slowly started going darker last year. I definitely thought that maybe after baby I would want to go light again, and I have zero inclination to do that. I do feel like this is a lot like softer against my skin, and I'm just loving the low maintenance vibes that we've got going on right now. So basically these tones that are referred to as like sandy, more champagne blondes, mushroomy kind of browns, they're just essentially a very good balance of both warm and cool. But it's not just like a flat neutral. It really has like kind of the intensity of both of those to create something really, really balanced. And I've always said the 70s are my absolute favorite era. And I hate when someone associates the 70s with like disco and like a cheesy costume. To me, the 70s is long, gorgeous, sandy hair and wearing super earthy tones when it comes to clothing. All right, the next trend is the 90s blowout. Again, we started saying this last year, but what is translating more into is the haircut to support this beautiful blowout. And that is to have kind of wispy face framing layers. So what that means is not just having one long length unless you have a sleek bob, beveling the ends so that the ends have a little bit more movement as opposed to like a very sleek kind of straight ends. The other thing too, when you are curling your hair, that like really straight end look was also very in for a very long time. Now it's all about having a little bit more softness at the end. So even though it's not a tight, round, bouncy curl at the end, it's all about having a little bit more movement on all of your ends. So those were the 5 major trends for hair this year. And now the 2 things you want to stay away from are what I just mentioned. Very smooth, sleek ends to any hair that has either some volume, some body, or some waves into it. Again, the bob is the exception. You want that to be sleek. But if the hair is longer, you want to avoid having super straight kind of pointy ends. And then the last thing you want to avoid is overly heavy hair that is long. So if you think about the early 2000s, it was all about these like wispy ends. It was all about having volume at the top and then these wispy ends. And then extensions came in to correct that. I feel like extensions are so readily available to everyone now. And it's no longer about, wow, how do you get that fullness in your hair? It's just everyone has access to extensions that I feel like we've all kind of gone overboard. And basically when you see like zero volume up here and just like overly thick, heavy hair, kind of like from the chin length and lower, I think that look is so dead. And I think, first of all, it was never really pretty, but I feel like when extensions were starting, it was like, whoa, how did you get that much volume? But again, like I said, now that it becomes, anything that becomes more readily available becomes less interesting and less cool. So I'm in no way saying that extensions are out. Extensions are absolutely here to stay, and I love that we have better options to suit kind of different hair issues and to deliver hair results that you've always dreamt of and like having. So if you have extensions put in for length, you want it to match kind of the density and thickness of your hair. You don't want to just have this overly thick bulkiness at the bottom when it's not supported at the top. And I promise you're going to look so much more on trend. All right, guys, that is it. Those were my 5 trends for the year and 2 trends to stay away from.
Thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to click the link below or go to thrivemarket.com/Ellebangs to join Thrive Market today and get 40% off your first order and a free gift.
If you're still here, please go ahead and click that red subscribe button if you haven't already. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.